Hey guys, welcome to Behind the Birk again. It's been a while. Today I'm going to interview Doses and Mimosas. They came out with High Street. That's available on iTunes and Spotify. They are also out here in California for the YouBloom Festival. They're based in New York, but they just came out for the festival, and so I think that's pretty rad. And this interview, so that's pretty cool. Enjoy.
Behind the bird. Behind the bird. Behind the bird. Behind the bird.
So, how did you decide to form a band together, guys?
Wow.
That's a funny story.
Yeah.
You want to lead that, Joey?
I think I might be able. Yeah, I think I might be able to lead that one. So essentially how we became a band. I was honestly in an old hardcore band, Go Hard or Go Home, with a bunch of my old buddies, and they were all in a band too. They were in a band, Black Honey.
Matt, and Zach were in a band back in high school called Black
Okay.
Honey. Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, I was going to school. I didn't get into college originally, and then my band originally. The drummer and the screamer of the band, who was a hardcore band, went to Oneonta, and they're like, we don't want to become a band anymore. Like, if you come up to Oneonta, maybe we'll think about it. So I transferred up to Oneonta.
Mm-hmm.
I went to community college for 2 years, got my GPA up to a 3.9. And then I transferred there, and the day I got there, they're like, we're still not becoming a fucking band. We're not doing this, dude. So, I'm sitting at the bar that night, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell am I doing? I'm in bumblefuck Oneonta, with nothing to do. I have no direction. The only reason why I was even coming here was to play music, and now that didn't even happen. So I look up at the bar, and I see my old friend Chris DeMeo, who I haven't seen for years. We used to shit in diapers. And literally, I think we all did at one point, right? I hope so. Am I the only one?
Chris is actually our fraternity brother.
Okay.
So during the same time, Tom was like, "Oh, I play drums. You play guitar.
Yeah.
We should jam." So then I was like, "Zach plays bass because he just transferred to Oneonta too."
Mm-hmm.
So this was all kind of going on.
God.
Yeah, Joey, carry that out.
Yeah, so I was, sorry, we're all over the place. So I meet up with him, I see him, he's like, oh, dude, how's it been? How's the band going? I was like, it's terrible. We broke up today, and there's nothing, I'm not doing anything, I don't know what to do. He's like, oh, well, that sucks, but, I'm having a big party tomorrow at my house on High Street. Come through and come hang out. I have a couple of buddies who play music, and just have a beer and just meet my friends. So I was like, yeah, no doubt. So I go there the next day, and Tom's just sitting there on the drums, and Zach and Ryan are just playing away. So I just come in, and I just was like, they have an extra microphone, so I just start messing around with them, and we literally made 8 songs that day.
Whoa.
Right off the bat, without even doing it.
You just clicked.
Yeah, it just happened to the point where one of their fraternity brothers came into the room and was like, "Oh, you guys sound great. By the way, you guys are playing a show next week."
We're like, we don't even have a name.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah. So what's the name? And
Dorico.
yeah, Tom's just like Doses and Mimosas, and then now we are who we are.
I couldn't even spell that, but
Yeah,
still can't spell it. He carries a name tag with him.
There's a lot of S's.
Yeah, so that's essentially how we all kind of formed, and then ever since then we've just been very close. We've gone through a lot of transitions through then, from me graduating first, him sticking around, Tom staying upstate, and him actually finally moving to Long Island now to kind of solidify.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, right? We were literally playing
Took a while.
drummer,
And then we brought Matt back in this summer.
Right.
So
Yeah,
Oh.
3 months ago, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. So we had, again, that band back in high school. I went over to a different school in Pennsylvania. And then as of this summer, they were like, well, we need a rhythm. I was like, let me give it a
I
shot.
got it.
That day, made 2 songs, learned all their songs within a day. And we
Dude,
just
he
still
learned
had a solid
every
time.
single one of our songs
Probably
in
like
a day.
A week, yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I think, actually, no,
How
I remember
do you-
I had to do it in a day because they were like, yeah, we have a show next week. I was like, I had no choice at this point. So
That's
it was
crazy.
easy, though. It was fun.
Oh my god.
Definitely interesting.
We
though.
drop news
Different.
on people like that. Just like,
Yeah.
by the way, tomorrow you can shout.
That's how
you're going to California.
I feel like that's how everything happens. Yeah, that's how everything's happened. Like, you know what I mean? We sound like we have terrible band ethics, but like we practice maybe once before a show. Like, and now, you know, because it's hard because like with Tom being away upstate, like, and everything, and we come back now, and it's like, all right, now that he's back on Long Island, literally after this weekend, after we play this festival, we have so much like more. We have like over 20 songs that we haven't finished writing still that like we need. Well, actually, they're finished, right? They're finished.
30.
Yeah. Now we're just gonna go home. We're gonna put it in. We're gonna put in the time with it, and then we're hopefully gonna record this next album before our next show by January.
Damn.
Yeah, so we have a lot going on, so which is fun.
Yeah.
It's great. Like, and
Because we finally recorded our first album because we were in a band for 3 years, but because he graduated, he left, and we're all at different places. We never actually got to, you know, we just kept writing more and more and more, and never actually got to finish recording any of the music. So like, we finally got the first album out of the way, which were songs we wrote when Joey first
3 years ago.
3 years ago. So like,
We tried to record that,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah,
So we were in
yeah.
college. We tried recording. We had this nice access to a recording studio. You know.
Like almost like a
Yeah,
$500,000
we could
recording
go in and use
studio.
whatever we want, and we started drum tracking, got the drum tracking down, and then honestly, just life, it just never got finished.
Yeah.
You know, we have all these drum tracks and all this, you know, stems, just never put together.
Mhm.
But now you are, and that's
We got
super
it.
exciting.
Yeah, it's really cool to see it all together, and that was like the biggest thing about us is like we were burying ourselves in music.
Yeah.
So it
Too
was
much.
like, it was like we had so many songs that we couldn't like do it anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was hard. Is someone asking us some questions? Are they just harassing us? Like, all of our friends, like, come on, take this serious. Like, what up?
They know the real us.
Yeah, exactly. Lo and behold, we're like, oh, anyone who wants to ask us any questions, it's all of our asshole friends. It's like
That's what happens.
messing
You
with
give
us.
them the
Yeah,
power.
we put the word
Yeah.
like, yeah, how professional you guys are.
So, who are your musical inspirations?
I say,
Another
but we
fun
all,
story.
it's funny too, because we all come from like different musical backgrounds. So like me and Tom actually kind of have the same vibe of what we used to do. So like Brand New, Incubus, Sublime, a lot of old school rock, Taking Back Sunday. That's my personal influences with it, and I can't really speak for.
I mean, my favorite guitarist was Steve Ray Vaughan. You know, Led Zeppelins were probably my favorite band of all time. So those were the two that really. We grew up with a lot of classic rock from our parents. We're cousins.
Queen.
Yeah.
That's that makes sense.
So my dad is actually a fraternal twin with his mom. So super close. Grew up together 5 minutes away, basically. So yeah, we grew up learning guitar at the same time, and we try to kill each other almost every day. Actually, that's a funny story. It was last week. We were all at the bar, and we came from an open bar. We were pretty drunk, and Matt was like, "Yo." Because we were with our other cousin too. He's like, "Yo, let's go back to my basement and just beat the shit out of each other." And I was like, left the bar.
Okay,
So we left the bar.
That's exactly what they should
all
be
three
doing.
of our cousins are in our underwear and just literally beating the. I had like cuts all over my
No,
legs. Like,
because that's exactly what they should be doing before we play our biggest festival ever. They should just break their hands. Let's just break each other's hands,
It was my
punching each
fault.
other's in the
It was a
face.
great.
Oh my God.
It was a great idea at the time. Growing up. Yeah, but
That
we
was
were
a
12
great
when we
idea at
couldn't
the
make
time.
damage, and now this time.
No, when is it ever a good idea to beat each other up?
It's better on us and each other than anyone else.
That's
that
all
we
right.
know.
Family bond.
I've never been into a real fight, so this is.
Close your gun.
That's the closest you're gonna get.
No, it is kind of funny though because, like you said, we have a lot of different musical tastes. Like, you know, some of this music's actually music I probably would never listen to on my own. It's interesting, you know. I have like kind of the Joey vibe, like old post-hardcore, Brand New, Thrice, the Chiodos,
Yes.
you know, all those scaring kids, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of my domain, but this is new for me, so it's fun.
Nice.
You know?
And it
it's
comes
new for
out.
all of us, though.
You know,
I'm
I'm
like
like Ed Sheeran, John Mayer, Green Day, Blinkish, everything. I'm like all over the place.
And that's
But
why
it's so
cool,
different
though.
because it all kind of comes together
We play
in
our
its own.
styles. You know, we kind of have our own styles we play with, but
It's like a
you
melting
know,
pot
he's
of
got
music.
that bluesy kind of guitar style, you know, but I play kind of like the 16-note metal, or not metal, but like the hardcore drums, and it just kind of comes together in like a new.
And Zach brings that
very
poppy
unique
vibe.
sound.
Yeah.
Like, it's different.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And we have a lot of new stuff coming through too, because we have a lot of good friends who are now like a lot of very talented producers, and it comes to the point like where almost everybody that we talk to back home and just from across the country from traveling and stuff, they want to be a part of it. They want to be, so it's cool to give people that avenue to kind of put their senses on it and give it their vibe to it, and then it just makes it totally different. Like we have an idea coming out that we're going to essentially do where every song that we have, we're going to give it to a different producer and let them kind of do it and, you know, make it like a mimosa mixtape, you know, because it's hard for us to just tell people, like, that's what we can't, it's hard when people say like, oh, what's your genre? Like, what genre of music are you? And we're just like, but is it party
the running joke?
rock?
Actually, the running joke is we say we're jazz fusion.
Yeah. The jazz
We're
fusion.
definitely not
Not even
farthest from jazz
Not
fusion.
even
Probably
close.
just half your audience is
Yeah.
saying the words jazz fusion.
Exactly. So it comes down to that.
Actually, it's funny. I remember you guys said, like, when I first joined, you guys like, yeah, we're jazz fusion. I was like, I never even heard of that.
I don't even want to play with you
That's
anymore.
a thing.
And then I tell, you know, my clients and stuff, I'm like, yeah, part of, you know, my cousin's band now, and like, we're all doing stuff. They're like, oh, what style? I was like, we're jazz fusion. I'm like, I don't really know what it is, but we sound pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people out there that think we're jazz fusion. We
It's
might
not
have it.
repping the jazz fusion.
Tell
Just a
them.
running joke.
Yeah.
That no one laughs at. It's not even funny.
You can see who's live now.
Oh, smart. Yeah, we can see.
I just realized, I'm
Oh,
like, why don't I just put it on my own phone
Yeah.
so we can see what people are
Just
saying?
you can't see the whole band in the video. Oh, it's fine.
Oh,
Sucks.
my
Sorry.
bad. I can scoot over here.
Yeah, we can all bring it on in. We're all a fam now. Bring it on down, guys. Oh, there we go.
Doses and Mimosas.
Nice.
Oh,
Now
nice.
we're all in it.
Yeah, it was
Cool.
really weird because like
Can
I'm
you see
like
all of
looking
us
at
now?
myself. This is
Two-way
freaking me
mirror.
out.
Cool. Inception.
Oh, you can see who's live too. Ooh.
So let's ask you a question. How long have you been doing this podcast? And like what, like?
A year and a half.
Oh, nice.
And I took a break because of school, and then I'm in another break, but I wanted to interview you guys.
Yeah, that was cool. It was cool. You reached out to me about what, like 7 months
in
ago?
I don't know.
No, it was longer than that.
Really?
Yeah, it was super long ago. I remember it being like winter time and us being like, oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
not coming out today. He's like, oh, because I thought originally you were from New York. Reaching
yeah,
out to us. And I was like,
yeah.
yeah, let's do it next week.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
And I
I'm
was
in
like-
California. And I'm like, how you gonna come
Yeah.
out? I was like, oh, yeah, all right. And then, you know, conveniently enough, we got hooked up with YouBloom. Shout out to Elliot Next for hooking us
Thank
up
you,
with all of
Elliot.
this and everything like that. And yeah, if anyone in the LA area is in it, you should totally check out the festival. It's super cool. They have a lot of cool keynote speakers that come in during the day and just talk about the whole music industry in total and how, you know, it can get bands, you know, to the next level and help them out and just little cool little tips. And then by night, you know, they have a bunch of live music from local talents and other bands like national,
There's
yeah,
bands-
there's
international.
bands from
There's
Dublin,
There's
coming
bands from
in,
Chile,
Brazil, Chile.
Oh,
which are-
really?
Dublin, yes.
This is a big deal.
It's
80 bands
pretty
total.
huge.
About.
Yeah. What's the coolest part about it is YouBloom is doing this thing called YouBloom Connect. So what YouBloom Connect is essentially is they're trying to make, you know, the traveling side of it for artists a lot more easier because, you know, that's the hardest part is, you know, getting on tour and going from place to place and finding places to things. So they have a thing if you're, Tom told me this today, I just found out that if you're an LA native band playing, you have to host a band that's outside of the country. So we have a band called Panic at Eden. Shout out to Panic at Eden, of course. And they kind of host us. So they reached out to us and they're just like, yo, if you need anything, if you need to crash here, or if, you know, you want us to take you anywhere or like show you anything, like just hit us up and we'll pretty much be your tour guide, which is like super cool and like unheard of.
That's awesome.
You know, because it's the hardest thing to do is going around and playing
That's so
places
nice.
and
Yeah.
not knowing where it is. It's always nicer to have someone in the area to
Locals.
kind of direct, the locals. So, and if you're ever in New York, if you ever make your way out, you can hit us up.
Oh, okay.
We'll take care of you. We have we know a lot of fun things and a lot
I
of fun spots
appreciate
to
that.
do.
Yeah, I want to do some traveling
Yeah.
soon after I graduate.
Yeah. So what would you suggest for us to do being being a local around here? What would,
It's such
How about
a
this?
hard-
We were debating this before. Can you give us some lowdown on the LA Mexican food? Some good Mexican
That's all I've been thinking about.
We've been talking about it for a long time.
I'm not to answer the Cactus is really good.
Yeah.
There's one in Studio City and one in Sherman Oaks.
What's it
No
called?
doubt, Cactus.
Cactus?
Oh, there's a place called the Green Cactus. I think it's
I think that they popped their In-N-Out cherry too.
Oh, really?
Did, yes.
Awesome. Yeah, with Animal Style. Like, shout out to Animal Style.
Have you guys ever been in California before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I lived here for the past 7 months last September. So I originally came out here to film a TV show and also work on an app. I'm developing an app that's
nice.
coming out in 3 weeks, which is really cool. It's called Tattoo You. Essentially, it's going to hook you up with the most qualified tattoo artists in your area from like style, price, location.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, artists are going to be able to find enthusiast people who are looking to get work done and vice versa, and it's just going to essentially connect everybody. So how I came over here was we were playing music, and then through the band, I was just writing because I run a liquor store back home in Long Island. So I was just writing music and stuff like that for the band, and I did a commercial for a hair salon, hence why all the blondes in my hair.
Yeah.
And then I went out to California, did everything. I literally I got a call from a dude I was doing music journalism for, and he's like, "Yo, we want you to help me write this TV show. Come help me out with this, blah blah blah." So I was like, done. Dropped everything I was doing. We just finished writing our second album, which is crazy.
Not recording.
Yeah,
we
don't
record anything.
We didn't record anything yet, but exactly. But we had everything written, and like I fucking love these guys so much because like throughout the whole time I was in California, like I told them from the start, I was like, listen, this is just a break to get us to the next step and to bring us all together, and don't stop doing this. We
wrote a song on the phone.
We were calling it practice.
Yeah, we were Skyping on the phone with each other, recording a song, finishing a song and making a song, and we did it, and like they stuck with it. I came home after 7 months, and we hopped straight in the studio. We banged out our album, which is our album High Street that we just released, and it's just been incredible. Everything has just been moving with such great force, and like the serendipity of everything. Of like the people that I've met and everything just lining up where it is. Like the first day, it's funny, ironic, because the first day I flew into California was YouBloom Festival. So I flew in, and my buddy Ryan, who I'm not really friends with anymore, ironically enough, we went to the Lexington in downtown LA, and when I got to Lexington, I met Elliot next, who is the guy who essentially put us on here, and he's also my business partner. He works with me on Tattoo You, and just also the Dropouts TV show that we're working on. And then next thing I know, like he's like, oh, if you want, like you can do some interviews and help us work press here. So done. I got through that. I did some a couple press interviews, and then through there, we came back home. We banged out this album, and now we have the TV show coming out soon too. Yeah. So we have that. Our whole album, and all of our music is going to be featured on the show.
Nice.
Yeah, and everything is just kind of forming together. Yeah, meshing together,
That's awesome.
And that's the biggest thing that I wanted to do, is to make sure that we're all involved in it. And I feel like I'm talking a lot with this because these guys are super fucking talented too, in every other aspect of the band. You know what I mean?
Mike asked which song.
Who is this?
Mike Rex.
Oh, which song? What?
Coast to Coast.
Oh,
which song?
Oh,
it's not on the album.
Yeah, it's not on the album yet. We wrote a song Coast to Coast, which is
next album.
Yeah, we're gonna be a lot of things we're gonna be recording too. We're actually we're gonna be playing a song that we haven't played yet tonight tomorrow at YouBloom. So it's gonna
the
be
hi-hat. The hi-hat 10-15 we go on.
Yeah,
come on.
And
We'll
try to
Highland
stream
Park.
it, hopefully, right?
Yeah, I think we can totally do that. Are you gonna come to the show?
Maybe.
Oh,
I was.
No, that doesn't sound too promising.
I was gonna go to Blink-182 night, but I can definitely go to.
Well, you should totally see it.
Cover a Blink-182 song.
Yeah. Feel like I'm at the Echo.
Yeah, right. Where's Blink-182 playing? Is there a Blink-182 actual show? Or is it a cover band?
Night. It's just a cover band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard of that punk place.
Right.
It's like a punk bar, right?
It's like the Echo. Yeah. In Hollywood on Sunset.
Yes. I've always wanted to go there. Is it a big night tomorrow night? I guess so.
Tonight,
It's tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So maybe we'll check it out too.
Mom!
Is Mama Costello
Yeah,
on
Mama
there?
Costello's on it.
Hello, Mama Costello.
My mom's pulling.
Yo, Jorge! Yo, he just said, "Hi, Ryan. Give me a shout
My
out."
mom's probably watching.
Yeah,
Shout
right.
out to Jorge.
She doesn't want to be. She should be in the interview with us. She's been super nice. Yeah, she's been super hospitable to us. How many people we got on the stream right now?
We got 5.
Oh, hey, all 5 of you? No, 5 of us.
Six.
Oh God,
Yeah.
and that's not us. We're not. We're the
I
5.
always say, like, when we do these things, like, just imagine, like, 5 extra people in this room. Like,
It's cool to think about.
No,
Right?
actually, we're part of it, us too. So that's really great.
Why are our phones like that? There's a notification
batteries.
on our
Okay.
phone.
It's all right.
it's all
It's
good.
all right.
It's all good.
Let it die.
Enjoy Cali Doses. We
Ah,
are.
Thank
And we
you.
will.
Who is
We got
this?
a lot of
Jordan?
fans,
Oh, thank you, Jorge. You the man, brother.
So, what's the next question? Oh, shit.
Yes.
Still recording? Nice. So what's each of your favorite songs off of High Street?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would have to say Tits and Tats because that's one of my favorites. Only because I loved it was weird because when we wrote the song, we loved the intro and the outro, and we hated the middle part. The middle, we originally recorded it and we played it, and the whole after we were like, this is garbage. Why are we even doing this? And then literally when I went through, we took literally a 7-month break when I went to California, and I came back and we came back to it. We're like, we have to fix this middle part, and I literally whipped up some new lyrics and right in the studio with them. We kept the same melody, but we kept a different vibe to it. And then now it's the opposite. Now I love this. Now I love the middle part of it more than the outro. So I just think it's an overall, and I just love the message to the song, from writing it. So the whole point of Tits and Tats, and if you listen to the lyrics, is just about to kind of be passionate and love what you do in kind of your work life and anything that you're doing. And if you're doing that, then you're never going to be, upset or disappointed in what you're doing. And as long as you're moving forward, and there's a line, I'm turning up, can't turn me down, alive, I'm alive, don't you dare break my stride. And it's kind of just don't stop what you're doing, you know what I mean? And if you can do that, and I feel like it just reflects everything in what we're doing in life, because a lot of the decisions and everything that I've done going into it are very reckless. According to dropping everything, putting 10 grand and going into California to film a TV show, and then putting the rest of my money that I saved up from there into an app, and then the rest of that going into our album to do this. It's just a lot of things that are just are very unconventional in a sense of how people should live their lives instead of the whole 9 to 5, and none of us really work a 9 to 5 except for Tom.
I say I'm the 9.
Except for Tom. But Tom has a great 9 to 5 job.
9 to 6:30.
Even worse.
I wish.
So that's what my personal.
And spoiler,
favorite,
we may or may not be filming a music video for that song, so that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
When?
As soon as we get back, I think we're gonna start working on it. Yeah.
And another cool thing about
maybe, but we're not sure.
We're not too sure about that. But if it does, we do everything ourselves, and I think that's another really cool thing that not a lot of people understand about what we do, is that everything that we do for music video, everything's us. From video content, all of it's our friends, because I look at it like this: I'd rather put money into my friend's hardworking pocket because I know they're going to be passionate about it than someone who's just going to do it for a fucking paycheck.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true.
We
That's a
come
very
about
good
this
point.
stuff pretty quickly too. Because another song that we have now, was one of my favorites, is Flashback Friday. And when we first wrote that song, we didn't like it. But I always noticed little things about the song. I'm like, oh, it's got a good beat, it's got a hooky thing, and it's got an interesting bass line. And then we bring it into the studio and completely change it in a day. And now it just became one of our top songs, or at least to me, I feel.
Yeah.
I wrote another one that I wrote.
So, but the thing is, we do stuff so quickly like that on spot. Even with the ideas of music videos that we have, it's just in the moment, and we just do it and get it done.
We just released a music video for Flashback Friday too. That we also did all in house ourselves. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, homie, for helping us out. But yeah, a cool idea to that video. how we kind of put that video together was we just asked all of our friends and family for the most fucked up party pictures, and they could get like anything from embarrassing.
Most of them were us.
Yeah, exactly. Just a collage of pictures. So it literally is just like the whole premise behind it is like the night before and all the funny shenanigans that you somehow get on camera from that. But yeah, so that's out. So you should check that out too.
So what's our favorite song?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go something no one's gonna say. I think my favorite one is the intro song.
Oh, it is so heavy. The one part that I don't even have a part in.
The intro song is an instrumental. It's only about a minute and a half, but it's just a layered build-up of just.
It's not
That's me. That's just
cool.
like what I love. That's me. That's why I love it. I just love it.
It's awesome.
I can loop it all day.
Well, I'm gonna fangirl because I didn't record with them in this one, so that's when I think they realized to have me allowed in the band was because they realized like, wow, well, we needed a rhythm this whole time, and to execute that on stage, we need to fill that in. So then I was lucky enough to fill that spot. So my favorite, being a fangirl, like I said, was the slow jam. I really like slow jam.
Yeah,
I think Tom kills it on the drums. It starts off slow, then it gets heavy, and they all kill it. It's one of my favorite ones now to play too. Now that we get to do that live, and lucky enough we get to play that tomorrow night, which I'm pretty stoked for.
Check it out. Yeah. It's also crazy too because no one gets any of the words, like not the words, like the song titles. Like my mom listened to it. It's like, why do you call it slow jam? Yeah. It should be mend my broken soul. And I'm just like, that sounds terrible. Like it sounds like no non shout out to mom, love you, mom. But no, like just everything we do is like on the spot, and like we'll keep things like from the minute like it comes out of it. Yeah, this song is this. Like we have a song called that we're coming out called Sushi Roll. It's like, what does that even have to do with anything?
Nothing.
But you know what I mean? Like
usually,
Matt got sick. He couldn't make it to practice.
I don't even know.
No, it did. It did.
It did.
Yeah. Matt couldn't make it to practice, and he wrote a song because he got sick from eating sushi.
That's what happened.
One of my favorite songs that just came up, like we're saving it. It's Funny Mustard. I like that.
Funny Mustard is another good one. Yeah. I don't know.
Fettuccine Alfaded.
Fettuccine Alfaded.
We are a serious band. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
We're not a joke, We're
We
not.
had a song called That's the Island.
We're not, Weird Al over here.
I was just gonna say Weird Al. Literally just gonna say that.
Snooze Cruise was another one, but we changed.
Ryan, what's your favorite song?
Yeah.
So I was gonna say because he took all the good ones, guys.
Leaving you with the whole litter.
Yeah.
There's 3 more good ones.
I'd probably say Stay Gold because I wrote that riff when I was studying abroad in London, and I had this riff, and like everyone in the flat loved it. Like it was just, I didn't have anything else to it, and I was just like, I need to do something with this, and I brought it back, and as soon as I played the riff, the song was written in like 2 minutes. It was just
which is crazy how quick, and that's another thing that I'm amazed by all of us is how quickly we write music.
Yeah, Mom Power.
Hey, Mom.
Biggest supporters, honestly. Moms.
that's the only ones
We
we're
went to
watching.
supporters. We didn't have
moms.
To all moms.
Yeah, shout out to all the moms.
If it wasn't for them,
Yeah,
we wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't even be here, right?
I wouldn't be alive. So there's all those
Moms.
This kid will
We got-
come in and like a rapper, just improv a verse.
I'll say the
Like,
same thing
off the dome,
over
done.
and
What?
over
And
and
those are the lyrics.
over again.
And
Yeah,
they rhyme and they're good and it makes sense. It's cool.
Yeah, and that's how the kind of it's cool how our writing process goes too. Is essentially like these guys will. I'm like the last piece of what happens with everything. Like these guys just come in. They'll like usually sometimes it's mostly Ryan coming in with a riff, and then Zach will come up behind him. Then Tom will just come in, and the next thing I know, I'm just like doop, 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 doop. And then like it sounds great because realistically, if you think about it, you don't really have to have something set in stone right there. As long as you can, the melody's there and you can feel it, then you can fill in the rest of the stuff. Yeah, you can write the lyrics later. It's like ad-libbing, you know what I mean?
We're still changing some of our old songs as we play every time
Yeah.
we play them.
Yeah.
So I feel like we never play the song twice the same way.
No,
We just
Never.
do.
And that's why we have to start
But they're getting
voice
better at
memoing
least.
everything. we live on voice memos. Like
Yeah.
if it wasn't for our phone voice memos,
We'd forget everything.
Nothing would happen. Nothing would
Yeah.
happen. None of us would get. Because then I'm singing it. I'm just like, dude, that sounds good. And then I'm just like, and then I'll come back the second practice, and they'll already know everything that they gotta do. And then now I just kind of read off of what I do it by the second time around, and I just kind of get the flow of it. So it's pretty cool.
Your boy Mike.
Hey, what's up, Mike? I'm going all the way from Canada, eh? What's up, brother? Shout out to all my Canada fam. Like, I love you guys. Like, going hard. Thank you guys. And Mike is a G. Like, Mike is like a professional gambler. That guy, like,
Oh, he's literally.
yeah, he's a G. Like, literally, like, you're the man, dude.
So, last question.
Oh no.
Who writes most of the songs, or do you all equally?
The thing is, we kind of all write our own parts.
Yes.
Okay.
Equally,
Yeah.
we write our own
Equally, we
parts.
all add to the band.
I mean,
The same.
sometimes maybe Ryan might jump in and be like, "Yo, do this really quick on there," or I might be like, "Ryan, come up on the guitar, go up one octave," or something like.
We all help each
Pretty
other
much just
out. And
everyone
Yeah.
writes their
Yeah.
own stuff.
And I'm
Yeah.
terrible at communicating because these guys are all music theory, and I'm just.
He'd like do the thing that goes like this.
Yeah,
Bing,
he's like,
bing, bing.
and like, I'm just like making noises, like do the dip dip part.
But we know what he means, so
Yo,
it's
which is ridiculous. Which is
That's
ridiculous.
good.
That, if there's anything that Joey does it, and I notice is that there's a closure to it because we'll just be in a jam.
Yeah,
Forever.
we're perfectionists.
It'll
And
never
then
stop.
Joey just be like, cut that. That's what we're in. Boom, boom, boom. Mesh it together. Lyrics done.
Done.
And then we're like, oh, fine.
That's how we can come back songs so quickly because like we can write for days.
So
It's easy,
literally.
but like we just don't know when to close it and stop it and make a song out of
Yeah.
it. So
And
that's
I
where
feel like that's what makes a really good band is to know when to be able to start and to finish with something. Is because you need to like it's all the time, and that's what they said is that everyone plays their parts. Like as long as everyone's doing what they have to, I don't have to worry about that drum part or that bass part or those guitar parts. I just have to worry about my part.
Yeah.
And it just makes it so much easier, and it makes me be a lot more free on what I'm doing because I'm not thinking about anybody else but what I'm
You're in your own world,
myself.
and it's awesome.
Exactly. We lose ourselves half the time, and we end up doing it until literally halfway through a jam is when like Tom will like lose a fucking drumstick, and then we'll have to stop, and then we all will just snap.
like,
out
oh,
of it.
how-
We'll
where
be
were we?
like, was that a bridge?
What
Was that
year is it?
10 years later. So that's essentially how our whole writing process goes, and it's super cool how everyone just plays their part, and it's just we have so much more music to show you guys, and it's just so exciting that if we've been a band for it feels like such a short time, but it's really been a long amount of time, and it's also just feels like the beginning. So
Yeah.
there's so much more to come out, and there's so much more to come, and we're super excited.
Oh,
And we're also
yeah.
very blessed. Thank you for
Sal.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, like having us on, and you know what I mean.
My
Yes.
pleasure. Thank you.
You know, it means a lot. It means a lot to us to
Yeah.
have like this support and everything from coast to coast. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and as we
That's
said,
awesome.
if you're ever over on the East Coast, please
We'll show
feel
you
free to
around.
give us a call and just we'll show you around and we'll show you a good time.
I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, does anybody have any questions on there?
All 7 of you.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I think we're-
7?
We'll check yours.
Probably more than mine. Probably have one.
What's up, Henry?
7. I'm actually right.
We got a lot of joins. Actually, I don't know how to check.
Oh,
Got a
nice,
lot of joins. That's nice.
sweet.
No questions though.
No, it's all right.
Yeah. We
Next
answered them
time,
all.
we did. We answered all your
We did all the
questions.
things.
Yeah.
We did
You're
all
a
the things
great
we were
host.
supposed
So
to
you're
do.
such a great host that you asked all the questions that everybody wanted. So we don't have to. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
So thank you everybody. We are Doses and Mimosas. We have an album coming out. We will not coming out yet, but it already came out. You're making me nervous. I don't do this enough. No. So we have an album that has already come out. Check it out on iTunes and Spotify. It is called High Street. We're playing tomorrow at the Hi-Hat in Highland Park. We're super excited. We're going at 10:15. Check us out. We're going to live stream that too.
Wait, I thought that was tonight. Wait,
No, tomorrow night, Saturday night.
What are you playing tonight though?
We don't play tonight. We're just going to hang out with some of the bands and,
Oh,
and
okay.
check it out. Yeah,
Okay,
so we
cool.
play tomorrow night at Highland Park at the Hi-Hat. So we go on right after Rascallions, which is another dope band. Right, shout out to Rascallions. Check them out too. Get there early. Get there like 9:15, so you can check them out too.
Cool.
But yeah, so thank you so much for having
Cool.
us.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Woo!
Woo!
Bye bye, Facebook.
Peace.